was watching LeapCon most of this morning, and I missed a lot of it, but I saw like the Star Wars thing, I saw the Dr. Grordbort's thing, I saw the Phenomena thing, I saw the Insomniac Games thing, and not a lot of excitement, to be completely honest with you. I didn't really see, I mean, I saw some cool stuff, and if you had a Magic Leap 1, there's definitely some cool stuff that's going on, but there was not a lot of hype there, although the Dr. Grordbort's trailer, we did get a full-length trailer for Dr. Grordbort's. So yeah, that is Dr. Grordbort's Invaders. It is available now. People are playing this. There is footage of this that is out there. In fact, I do have a clip that has like just some regular footage that somebody took in their own house. Some of that stuff is out there, and supposedly this is a 3 to 5 hour experience. So Dr. Grordbort's somewhere between 3 and 5 hours. And honestly, this is the best thing they got. This is absolutely the best thing they got. The Star Wars thing, based on what I've seen with the Star Wars thing, not all that impressed, honestly, with Star Wars. Insomniac, it's called Seedling. They have this game called Seedling. Don't really know what's going on there. Not super impressed with that either. And Phenomena, you know, they have something that looks very similar to Luna. I played Luna in VR, and I didn't know Phenomena was like this big deal as a company, and I was not that impressed with Luna, but maybe the Magic Leap version would be quite cool. So, I mean, there's a number of things that were shown off at LeapCon, but overall, I thought it was relatively underwhelming. But Dr. Grordbort's is pretty legit. I mean, it is pretty legit. And one of the things, I'm going to go ahead and switch now to a little montage that I made really quick that basically has images from this trailer where I just took some screenshots of some of the images in this trailer. And so here we can see a portal that is on the wall. You see something on the ceiling. You see this flying creature. You can see the special effects as you're shooting your photon beam at it. Here we can see something hurling through the air, some kind of energy blast that is being shot at you. Now this one, the guy is sticking his hand out and he's like using some kind of shield. This one I thought was one of the best. It showed a portal in the wall where you could see another world that was beyond that portal. And here is a full-size robot that is appearing in your living room, which I think is impressive as well. I think anybody, like, forget all the production that went into Dr. Grordbort's Invaders, the trailer. I know it becomes a movie at the end, and the last 25 seconds has nothing to do with Magic Leap. But just take a look at these images right here. These are supposedly like real, legitimate images. And as unimpressive as it may seem to you, just looking at these screenshots, from this trailer, they might look unimpressive to you right here, but I got to imagine if I'm Noah and I'm in my own freaking house with a Magic Leap and he gets to see a full-size yellow robot like that in his own room and he gets to see a portal coming through the wall, like that would be freaking cool. I would really love to play this. Now it's 3 to 5 hours and this thing costs $2,300. It costs $2,300. BulletApe says, no way that's in game. Okay, well, why don't we take a look at actual footage that somebody captured? This is like a regular Joe Blow in their own house. Let's take a look at this. Okay, this is real legit footage right here. There's no debating that. Let's watch this for a second. I'm going to switch to a full screen. So this, of course, this is actual real legit footage right here. This is like somebody recorded this in their room. They got Dr. Grordbort's yesterday. I think this footage ended up on eBay really late last night. Now, the big problem, though, is there's a lot of transparency. I mean, you can see through these objects, the portals in the walls, the guys that are climbing through. A lot of it is relatively see-through, and that is a bit disappointing. Of course, again, we have no idea. We're watching the two-dimensional version of this, and we're not watching this through a Magic Leap headset. And I think when you're watching it through a Magic Leap headset, I think it's a much more impressive experience overall. And if you're having this kind of an experience in your living room, this is the kind of thing, this is why Saudi Arabia invested $500 million or whatever in Magic Leap, because this kind of stuff is pretty impressive. I really feel like if you did see this in your living room, this would be a holy shit moment if you're playing this. I think you're going to be highly impressed with this. Now, the problem is Magic Leap kind of remains a non-starter right now at $2,300, and even though they're definitely spending money, they're getting all these companies, they're working with Phenomena to make a Luna-like experience, they're working with Insomniac, they're working with Epic Games. We didn't actually see, as far as I know, we didn't actually see any Epic Games products. Like I thought maybe Epic Games might have some kind of thing that would come out for Magic Leap. They were talking about Robo Recall for a second there. They were talking about how when they designed Robo Recall for VR and all of that, and I was at one point I was thinking, holy shit, are they going to have Robo Recall on Magic Leap? Are they going to somehow do that? But I don't think we got an announcement from Epic Games, so honestly, this is impressive to me. Like, this is very impressive. I personally believe if I had this in my own house and was experiencing this, I would be incredibly impressed by the visuals, the audio, the whole entire thing. I think it looks much, much better if you have a Magic Leap headset on and you're actually seeing this. So it's not really a lie, man. I mean, these people that are saying like they're not believing these images. Now, of course, in this montage right here where I'm taking images from their trailer, they're going to present it graphically in the best possible condition, and so these images look better than what we just saw on this guy's own home images. But you can see this is a darker room. And it's professionally captured in the best way possible, but these are kind of like the visuals that you're going to get in real time. I really think that looks super cool. Like, that is the image right there. That is the image of Dr. Grordbort that I think is cool. And these full-size robots. I think the full-size robots are pretty awesome as well. So they finally came out with a product, but they had to price it at $2,300. $2,300. Now, it's one thing, you might be able to sell a $2,300 product. Think about it. People want to buy the Star VR headset. If the Star VR headset was $300, there would be people that would buy it right here and now. A lot of people, maybe not huge mass numbers of people, but you can sell a product that is this expensive, but you gotta have a ton of content. You gotta have, I mean, think about it. What would drive you to buy a Magic Leap 1, even if it was $1,000? So we're talking 40% of what it is right now. If it was $1,000, what would Magic Leap need to have? Seriously, what would they need to have to make you throw a freaking $1,000 at it, and then possibly 30, 40, 50 bucks for each of these experiences? I think you would have to have like 20, maybe 30 different experiences that are just as good as Grordbort's or better, because Grordbort's is supposedly 3 to 5 hours. You would need to have like an NFL football game that was played on a tabletop where it looked like real little guys running. You would have to have some really incredible shit, and it would have to all be lined up. You would have to have all kinds of major properties all lined up. Like the Star Wars game, instead of being Project Porg or whatever the hell that Star Wars game is called, it would have to be a Star Wars war that is taking place on your living room carpet with your sofa and everything, like stormtroopers and rebel bases. I mean, it would have to be those old days when you were like a little kid and you were playing. Didn't anybody else do this? Okay, so I was a little kid back in the days of Star Wars, and I had little Star Wars guys, and I used to play on my carpet with a whole bunch of little Star Wars characters, and maybe some of my buddies from around the neighborhood. They would come over and we'd all play with our little Star Wars characters on the carpet, and we'd have huge battles and shit. And that's kind of what I thought, that's what Magic Leap is going to have to do. It's going to have a lot of those experiences, so it is just hammering you with so many proper experiences. And I gotta wonder, how long can Magic Leap survive with all the money they have, with a product that is selling to such a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of people worldwide? When I had Noah on here and I was talking to Noah, I told Noah, I said, dude, Noah, you're one of like 3,000 people on planet Earth that have a Magic Leap 1. And maybe I'm stretching it. Maybe there's 5,000. Who knows? Maybe they've sold 5,000 of these things worldwide. I know they're not selling it worldwide, but maybe worldwide people have somehow imported them. They've gotten their hands on them. Maybe 5,000 people worldwide have these things, but you need a much larger base of people. Who are you going to sell to? Who does Insomniac sell seedlings to? Who does Phenomena sell Luna Magic Leap to? Right now, all of these projects that are coming out, they're pretty much 100% funded by Magic Leap, because none of these companies are funding these projects to sell it to like 6,000 or 7,000 people. It's not viable. Even if all 6,000, 7,000, even if every single person that has their hands on a Magic Leap headset buys your little gamer app, you're still not going to pay for the development of that app. It's not going to be paid for. And so it's a problem, man. This is a real problem. Magic Leap, what they have to do is they have to navigate the really rough waters that are going on right now and try to survive long enough to that future where AR really is actually viable, which is way off into the future. Can they survive long enough and use all the lessons that they've learned in these early years to be the leader? Or are they going to be this company that kind of pioneered AR in a major way, but they were 3 years too early and they get trampled on by these other companies that then trample on them and then present a real mass market AR product, and Magic Leap ultimately is a failure? Who knows? This is why you got to make companies. This is why you got to do things. This is why you got to push boundaries. And Roni Abovitz doesn't give an F. He's going after his vision. He's trying to do what he can try to do. I actually might be more a fan of this than I was Luna in VR. Like, this might be, this in an AR, like in an AR space, this might actually be more interesting to me. Now, you know, one of the things I do have a problem with, though, when it comes to all of this AR stuff is, oh, something's really loud in my headphones. Okay, one of the problems I have with some of this AR stuff is how it's like shaking and vibrating. Like, it needs to be firm. It needs to be locked into the world. If I'm having an AR experience and something is shaking and vibrating, I mean, that kind of breaks the whole freaking thing, right? Like, you really need to lock it into the world. And this one, Crunchy says this video doesn't look so bad. He's talking about this Phenomena one. And yeah, I mean, it does seem like these things are locked into the world pretty good on this one, but just some of the stuff I've seen, like, especially when you just see the footage that somebody else has shot, like, there's some wobbly shaking to it. And what is, you know, the wobbly shakiness, they gotta put that to bed. You know, if this is going to really be successful, like, you got to look at it and it's got to look like it's firmly planted in your world. If it's wobbling and shaking around, I think that breaks the whole experience, right? But there is some new footage that was shown in this little video here. So kind of cool to see some of the new footage. You can climb everywhere. Like, that's new footage. I don't think I've ever seen that shot. So there is some nice new footage in here of this game, Population 1. This is one of the most wanted VR games that's out there, and I think after this video leaks out and everybody sees this video, this is probably going to rise even higher on the most wanted charts, because it really does look pretty awesome there. Andy Sky says Onward and Pavlov is in big trouble. Yeah, I mean, Population 1, this looks pretty freaking sensational. It really does.
That pushes the limit of VR. That's super, super fun. We built a battle royale game with climbing mechanics, so you can climb anything.
Yeah, so it repeated there. So yeah, I don't think we got any more information, but like flying, climbing, building things, shooting things, and graphically looks freaking drop dead gorgeous. I'm wondering, how is this game really gonna run? Like, is it really gonna run well? But man, it looks really nice. All right, guys, well, guess what? Job, would you believe Job has just arrived? The guy that does my lawns, he just arrived. And so I escaped all this time with no Job, but he's here now. We've been going for an hour. This has been a true shit show. This has not been one of those good shit shows. This has been kind of one of those crappy shows. Every once in a while, I'm going to have a crappy show. And today was kind of crappy, but you know what? We try to make the best of it. We still try to do what we can, and we move on, and we just do another show the next day. That's the beauty about it. I don't have to like sit there and think about a bad show that I did, because I got another one of these to do tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow, folks. So this is going to go ahead and wrap it up. Make sure, of course, to go to the website if you get an opportunity. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, like the videos, even the crappy ones. Even the crappy ones, like them, because you know what? I come here every day, guys, Monday through Sunday. I'm here every day, like the sun comes up in the morning, like your mail is delivered, like you get a fresh cup of coffee. I am here every day, and I'm going to keep banging away. Some days maybe not as good as others, but we're going to keep working at it. And so I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully 11 a.m. Hopefully I will be a little bit more on schedule. I need to be a little bit better about that. And I'll see you guys then. Take it easy. Have a good one. Later.